Oh, hello Metagross and Differentials. It's Donald. Welcome back to my kitchen. And on today's menu, I'll be ranking the next 13 GX cards coming in Guardians Rising, which are the very best cards, which are at the bottom, and why. What makes those cards good? So, I'm gonna be ranking based on their damage. Are they getting 1 shots, 2 shots, which something special, and their setup. Easiest setup, basic, or stage 2, 4 energies, which exists. And of course, you gotta take a look at their payoff. Or is that stage 2 with 4 energies gonna win you the game, steamroll everything? So that's kind of how we rank every deck. Let's start off with Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is a bit special. Tell me, do you rank Shaymin against Mega Mewtwo, against Mega Rayquaza? Shaymin's more expensive than all those, but yeah, that's not on the same category. This is Tapu Lele. Look at this ability, Wonder Touch. It's kind of like Verse Seeker. Once when you play it from your hand to the bench, you get to pick any supporter you like. Lysander, thank you, Lysander. Sycamore, any supporter. Maybe you need a Team Magma Grunt, remove an energy. It's so versatile. It's like a Joker of supporter cards. So, you run 4 Verse Seekers in all your decks. The competitive decks at least do that, so this kind of gives you an idea how important this ability is. It's been in past cards, Jirachi played in past competitive decks, and its attack, which we'll talk about, is X-Ball, same as Mewtwo. Even has the same typing right there, energy drive, same attack. The more damage it does, the more energy on Tapu Lele and your opponent's Pokemon, the more damage it does. Like Lugia, like Yveltal, this is an easy 2-shot. It's colorless, you can squeeze into any deck you want, and it can get those 2 shots with this Verse Seeker-like ability. Add those 2 together, 2 amazing Pokemons to pass, crammed together in one, no weakness. This is gonna be the highest value GX in the list. So it has, more on the supporter side. The only card like it, that's why it's special. That's why nobody else can compete with this. It's in a category of its own, literally. It's in the supporter category. Moving on. Oh, what about this GX attack? This double max potion, completely healed 2 bench Pokemon. I think that takes too long to set up. You need a Psychic Energy, so unless you have a Psychic deck, I don't think you're actually going to use it. And the Psychic GXs, the ones that we have currently, probably better than this. There we go. Moving on, Tapu Lele. We're going to want you pretty badly in our decks. Choice Band. Wait, this is a GX Pokemon, but it really affects how I'm going to rank the next couple of cards, because you get 30 damage bonus onto your opponent's EX or GX cards, and this changes numbers drastically. If you could get 1 shots with this, you're gonna get upgraded in the ranking system. Finally, let's get your real guy, the guy who's at the bottom of the list. Really? Metagross at the bottom? They may be at the bottom. The cards at the bottom, I still like anyways. Let's start talking with you. You are Metagross, stage 2. Ooh, already the setup is gonna be quite a C or B level, but we haven't talked about everything yet. Like a look at 250 hit points. Dang, you are the top of the line, the highest of all the GX cards that we'll talk about. Yes, for sure. So it can't be that bad. Take a look. Ability Geo Systems. Once before during your turn, the active Pokemon. The active Pokemon only, not the one on the bench. You can't use it to charge up the guy who's coming out. Gets a Psychic or Metal Energy from the discard. I have troubles using discard energy acceleration, so this is why it has existed in the past. It's gonna be a bit down, but everybody loves energy acceleration. This, it fits in a lot of metal, maybe even psychic decks, so it's a very useful ability. But let's keep on going. Giga Hammer, 50 damage, but it cannot use Giga Hammer next turn. 150 damage. Just gotta say that correctly. This is a B level damage. Normally, given this secondary effect, it pushes it down to a C or even a D level. But this is high. Remember what I said about Choice Man? Add in Professor Cuckoo, you're talking about 200. So if, everybody started using Choice Band and not Fighting Fury Belt for those hit point bonuses, the meta could change. Giga Hammer, if it gets those one-shots, would really change the rating. But naturally, it's a C. This is one of the reasons at the bottom of the list. You have C, you're stage 2, you're really a support Pokemon, so maybe you get a category of your own, but let's take a look at GX. Algorithm GX, look up 5 cards, you choose all 5 cards, every one of them your choice. It is a very powerful move, powerful setup. You should get your rare candies, you get everything from this, but if N or something that shuffles your hand, now N is in every deck. Every single deck, you can negate this GX completely. That's why the whole package, that's why you're down there. But if you can make a Metagross GX decks, when this is all set up, I would definitely be afraid of it. And it's a support. You don't know who this is going along with, so keep that in the back of your mind. There's more to this. There's more to this card than you think. But for now, by yourself, you're gonna be at the bottom of the list. Just by yourself. We'll see. Moving on, next is Vicodin GX. Another stage 2. Crazy high hit points. But what about your kit? Wow, 4 energies. I kinda think this is like a C setup already. But okay, you get a 1 energy attack, 50 damage. Okay, it's 1 energies, 50 is very high for 1 energies. I like that already. You get an energy from your discard to this Pokemon. Oh, free energy with a charge beam. That's very good for first attack. It's still stage 2. You kind of want to go, attack with something big already. But what is this big attack? What is this 4 energy attack? Super Zap Cannon, 180. Ooh, this is a magic number. You can hit cards, EX cards currently in the meta that don't have the Fighting Fury Belt. Not bad at all. Give it that, that choice band. 210. You one-shot Mega Mewtwo. Yeah, that sounds nice for 4 energy attack, but you must discard 2 energies. Decks that have energy or attacks with energy discards, it gives you trouble because you gotta find ways to get those energy backs. There are ways, but this also adds up to this tax. You have to pay more to set up for these kinds of attacks, but there is a good payoff. It's still, I don't like this part back here because it's gonna be clunky to use is what I'm gonna say. But you do have Gigatron GX. What is this? 60? Only 60 damage to only bench Pokemon. The active damage, the active Pokemon gets to skip it. 60? Alright, so now if you follow up with Super Zap Cannon, everything dies one shot. Alright. Overall that doesn't sound like a bad package. You have an item called Wide Lens, so you can hit for weakness damage, and Shaymin is used so often, so you can kill every single Shaymin with this attack at 2-4 prize cards. That doesn't sound too bad at all. Why is it at the bottom of the list? Because the discards, the energies, the setup with the stage 2, yeah, but the payoff can be very high if, a certain situation works out. So overall, yeah, it's got the damage. Just there, the setup, the big, I don't like the tax with this. I know that you can use the regular Vikavolt, but that is a big setup to make this work. So, yeah, if this is at the bottom, it just gets better and better. Moving on to the next guy, Wishy Washy GX, which is a basic. It works a little weird in the game, but it is a basic. 210, the highest. No, I can't say it's not the highest, but this is very high for a basic. So, taking a look, Water Gun, 20 damage. Ooh. Okay, it's a 1 energy attack. 20 is a bit low. I'm pretty sure basic Pokemons that are not GX can hit much higher. Give the choice band 50 damage for 1 energy. Okay, that looks a little bit better, but I think maybe a Charmander can compete with this. Moving on, 4 energies. Micro Burst. This is a 2-shot. Cards you're gonna see and cards you have do this for 3 energies. Moving on, it discards the special energies, which is useful because double colors energies, they're used very often. So it's situational. Still, for 4 energies, even Dragonite EX does this better. And you don't have to fit them in water. Moving on to the Blue Surge. Ooh, 220. Choice Band, one-shot KO, and move all energies from this guy to the bench. So he goes defunct. He can't attack anymore. You can give him a water gun, but whoever's on your bench is going up. Okay. It does have an A-level damage attack, but the setup is big. 5 is the most expensive in the game. So the setup is around a C. The payoff, okay, this is just B-level damage. After you use your Blue Surge GX, get that one shot, you're stuck with a B for 5 energies. It looks really clunky. I know about Aqua Patch. I know about Max Elixirs, but this, you can get better than this still with other cards for reasonably cheaper. So Wishy Washy, this is why at your bottom I'm putting big setup cards mainly right here. So yeah, moving on. Next up is Ninetales. Oh, you must like hate water Pokemons. Why are they so here? Okay, let's take a look at this. Ice Blade. No, we look at this hit points 210. Wishy Washy, stage 1 level. Okay, Wishy Washy, you're basic, but you're a bit special. Move. That's good enough. That's Mega Mewtwo level. Ice Blade, 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon active bench. And okay, 2 energies. That's okay. It's good enough. It is good enough. Nothing wrong about that. And you combo it with the next Blizzard Edge for a total of 210. Yeah, that one can 2-shot itself. Okay, give it a Muscle Band. It's called Choice Band now. 190 damage for 2 energy discarded. I'm afraid of cards with discards. This, there's Aqua Patch, but only works on the bench Pokemon. So if you want to attack again, you may have to wait some time. Now this all depends if you can get a one-shot with this. With a Choice Band 190, yeah, that's very high. Kukui 210, oh yeah, that's a one-shot KO. But it depends on the matchup. It really depends what you're playing against. So this, the discard and the requirements of other things you need to boost this damage, it's like a B+, like an A-. The discard makes the setup all bit worse. That's why it's down here. Clear Gate GX, move. This is Mega Mewtwo's damage swap. Move all damage that it's accumulated, pretty much healing it up completely, and put it onto your opponent. So it really changes the momentum. Worth it for a GX attack, but predictable. Doesn't get an instant KO. Doesn't drive to turn the game around. Yeah, it could, but you don't graphs, you don't get a lead with this. It's more of a turning the tables instead of getting ahead. So overall package with the discards, with that borderline damage, and this predictable attack. That's why you're kind of here. But it's gonna get better and better. Moving on, we have Sylvia GX, the next of the Evolution GX cards. So let's take a look. Magical Ribbon. This is kind of like a mini algorithm GX. 3 cards, you choose. This is not like Lapras. This is much better than Lapras. Then shuffle your deck. So setting up with the Sylveon, helping you set up your fairy decks, worth it. You're gonna want that Sylveon. Mega Gardevoir, I think we're gonna just, you're gonna see them show those up next. Fairy decks are gonna be very smooth when this thing's up. Magical Rhythm, awesome. Mini GX right there. Fairy Wind. Okay, double colorless, very easy to use. 110. I was about to say 220 because that is B-level damage. Alright, B-level damage. It means, Sylveon's gonna have a little bit extra, which it does have a good first attack. What is this GX attack? Pick 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemons, things that you're trying to set up, and put it back into their hand. Very situational. It depends if they've set it up something very nice theirs, if they got some stage 2. So situational attacks, it seems powerful, but I think it's really tricky. If there's something strong right immediately in the active, burning you down, I don't know if you have time to use Prairie GX. So okay, it does have the B-level damage, a lot of utility inside it, but I don't see it clawing the game, putting you ahead in the game, putting you ahead. So this is why Sylveon's here. It's a good card. It's definitely good. All the GX are very nice cards. So definitely better than the rest though. Moving on, it gets better and better. What is Grappa GX? Ooh, no, Grappa's right here. Grappa, you are a colorless, kind of like Tauros. Ooh. How do you compete with Taurus? Let's take a look at your abilities. Righteous Edge, 20 damage, and you discard a special energy card. Hey, that's kind of like a mini Wishy Washy attack for 1 energy. And you've seen what I can do with this to a Xerneas, right? Rainbow Row, lots of decks depend on DCEs. And a lot of the new cards will as well. So, yeah, great first attack. 1 energy attack, you know, can't complain about that. Berserk, 80 damage, but if one of your bench Pokemon is wounded, say you use a Rainbow Energy, or you retreat a wounded Pokemon, 150 damage. That is very easy to do. You don't gotta discard energies like this Ninetales, and you're hitting very close to it. Give it that choice, man! And now it can one-shot it up, one-shot itself, use Professor Kukui, maybe other sources of damage bonus. That's why, you know, you're up here, man. You're basic. You've got a good 2-shot attack. If you know you want to deal with weakness, balance the weakness out of your deck, stick in Grappa. Tauros is okay, but yeah, we got to compare it with Tauros. Tauros' GX attack is a bit predictable. It's in your opponent's control. Grappa, he can just go berserk, go crazy, and just mow your opponent down. So, a nice card to splash in to maybe balance weakness out in your deck. Moving on. What is your GX attack? Great Revolution. Shuffle your hand, draw 10 cards. Unlike Algorithm decks, where you get to pick exactly, your choice is big. 10 cards, that's a lot. Still, like Algorithm GX, next turn, I play end in every deck. Most players play an end in every deck. That's gonna ruin and cancel good GX that, you know, that happens. So that's why, it's alright. That's alright. It's got a lot of killing power, which can get you ahead. That's why you're a bit ahead of Sylvia. So, moving on. How about Komodo GX? Why? Wow. Okay. Now here, let's take a look at this. Stage 2. Kind of like Incineroar, 240. Almost every Stage 2 has a 250. Decidueye. So he and Decidueye are sitting up there. Hey, we need 10 more hit points. Take a look at the first deck. Adamantine Press. 30 damage and takes 30 damage from less attack, so kind of boosting onto his hit points. It's a 1 energy attack, you just got it up. At least it can do something. Yeah, 30 damage, give it a choice, man. 50 damage, shielding itself. Now it doesn't sound so bad anymore. Okay, now look at his attack. Ooh, 4 energies. You know, that sort of should be like at the bottom somewhere, do you think? But if you have double dragons and double colors, 8 energy cards that you could just two of them get it up. That's kind of short. That's why it's a little bit higher up. It is a 2-shot and it pierces through everything. So if you got, say, there will be a new Regeist coming out, something fishy on it that prevents it from attacking, kind of like a coin flip sorts. It pierces through. Don't have to worry about putting anything else. Now, Fierce Uppercut, a flat 240 straight kills its own hit points. Give it a choice, man. You don't even need a choice, man. That's so high. But if you want to put a choice, man, there, fine. Then it'll one-shot everything that comes your way, pretty much. So one-shot kill GX. It's stage 2, but 2 energy cards, 2 special energy cards to set up. That's what I'm gonna give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Put it higher. It's something. It's got the one-shot in there. So that's why it's bit up. It's also tankier and tougher than these guys. So I'm betting on you, Komodo. I am betting on you. You're somewhere halfway there. All right. Moving on. Helga. About to see Togepi. Toxapex GX. All right, let's take a look at you. You're stage 1. It's pretty easy to set up. 210 hit points, Mega Mewtwo level, Spike Cannon, 1 energy, 30 damage, flip 4 coins. Each heads does 30, so an average of 60 damage. You can really swing to 0 or 120. Give it a choice, man. You get a free 30. These are very good 1 energy attacks. Gotta say that. So let's take a look at the real deal. All right, very good. Good first energy attack. 1 energy, ultra toxic poison. The opponent is now poisoned, and they take 100 damage between turns. They will guarantee take 100 damage. Choice Band does not affect this. If they do not retreat, they will die, because at the end of their turn, they take a total of 200, end of your turn, 300. So basically, it's 100, and if you don't retreat, you die. 1 hit kill. but there is a little reaction time, which is why, retreating is easy. You gotta switch, you got your retreat cost, but forcing your opponent to always retreat, that can be troublesome. This is gonna be pretty high up. In fact, the next couple cards I'm talking about, they are very high in the list. I forgot, this is like the borderline right here. We're gonna talk about the good stuff, really good stuff. So let's take a look at this GX, 150 damage. Alright, that's 2-shot. Okay, maybe it's a 1-shot with a choice band now. See why that's good? Prevent all damage, everything becomes immortal for 1 turn. So if you can't kill it, or you can't do anything to it, yeah, that's pretty good. That's like with guys. Still with Lysander and do all this fishy stuff. Still, if it works, and you get the 1-shot, almost both attacks can be 1-shot potential. So that's why Mariani, Toxapex, I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of this card. It's down here. It's down here, really, no. It's down here because there's a lot of times which your opponent can react. But the payoff is very, very big. So, next card, Tapu Bulu. Right here? These top 4 cards, they're close together. Let's take a look. 180, you're basic. That's good enough. Nothing wrong with that. The Horde attack, 30 damage. Choice Band, 60. Fighting Fury Belt, 40. 1 energy. Can't complain. It's not Toxapex level, but alright, can't complain. That's good enough. Nature's Madness, 120 damage. 2-shot. 3 energies, good. Good enough. Discard all energies. Ooh, kind of like I'm about to say a certain attack from Zygo with all cells burn to get 60 more damage, total of 180, which means it will 1-shot itself. Woo! Give the the choice man 210. It's gonna 1-shot Mariani for 3 energies. Even though I'm losing all my energies, it's so worth it. 1-shots are so worth it. You can control it. There is no reaction time, kind of like unlike Toxapex. That is why I'm gonna put my bet, give it a little bit higher, put it with Lurantis. Those energies won't be in the discard for long. Switch them to get out with your switches, and you could have a good combo. So that's why Tapu Bulu is a bit up here. Now this kind of feels like Toxapex. 150, same amount of damage, and completely heal it back to full life. It doesn't give it immunity, it heals itself, and you may get the 1-shot of it with the choice man. So, Tapu Bulu, you're basic. You have more control. There's no time for your opponents to react, to do something. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, put you a little bit higher than Toxapex for those reasons. So, good card. Basic. I like basics. Very easy to make these cards kind of work. Oh yeah, Lurantis. Lurantis changes the game up because your grass and your fire Pokemons do 20 damage. We had to talk about you because now this Nature's Madness is going to be 1-shots. 1-shot kills. All energies. We got Lurantis GX. He'll refill your energies. They're going to be a combo. That's going to be a deck I do later. Alright, moving on. Yeah, you can't. Okay, we're done. We're finished. Moving on, Lycanroc GX. Alright. Ability. Abilities are always nice. When you evolve this, you get to be Lysander. This ability is Lysander. Lysander taught Lycanroc his biggest tricks. You drag out one of your opponent's Pokemon and put it into the active. I don't know, yeah, you may switch. There we go. You have a choice. Kind of like if you don't want to, then you don't have to. And that is a sort of problem because maybe you just want to evolve it and you may have to waste your ability. Still it's an opportunity. That's fine. You got Lysanders in your deck, but Lysander is big. So if you give Lysander to a Pokemon, that's still big too. Now, it's free. It's an ability. You don't have to pay anything for Lysander, no supporters, which gives you a lot of leeway. So already, because of having this ability, I like you already. Take a look at this attack, Claw Swipe B. Is this B easy to do? Yeah! Double Coast Energy, 3 energies. Easy, we can do that. 200 hit points, close to Mega Mewtwo level, and 2 energies, Death Rouge. Just 50 damage for all your opponent's bench Pokemon. Think Shaymin. How often across games that you play, your opponents will have at least 4 bench Pokemon somewhere in the game? 200 damage. You know, give him the choice band, give him strong energies. One shot kill, 2 energies. This is why you're so high up. You have a great ability. Your damage scales with strong energies, choice bands, and a 2 energy one shot kills that feels reliable in this meta. You're gonna be high up there, Lysander. Easy tanks, you could be high up there. Your other buddy's very good too. You guys are gonna work so well together. Alright, moving on. Tapu Koko GX. Are you sure you should be up here? Take a look. Arrow Trail. Ooh, kind of like a dragon, I believe. Once. Oh, actually, it's not one. Yeah, you can only level it once. When you play him from your hand to your bench, you get to move as many energies as you want, lightning energies, and put it onto him. So basically, he just jumps into play. You know, max elixirs, easy to set this guy up. And what are you gonna get? Sky Claw, 2-shot potential. Don't have to use choice band or anything for that 2-shot. Although that's high enough. 160 with choice band, boosted up with something else. Maybe Professor Cuckoo, you may get a 1-shot with this. Oh, alright, so speed. This guy's faster than everybody else. He has no weakness. And Tapu Thunder. 50 damage for all energies attached to your Pokemon. Opponent's Pokemon. So, 4 is very common. 5, 1-shots everything. And because in the meta, once again, I think the conditions are good. I think Tapu Koko is reliable, and you get a 1-shot, you get an easy 2-shot. That's why he's gonna be high up. Is he gonna be higher up than Lycanroc? The only reason they're very close, Lycanroc, can easily take his place. He's up here because I think his setup is a bit nicer. Yeah, because you have the Arrow Trail, you get to juggle if you want to. Hey, we can Tapu Koko, send another one in. Use a Max Potion or Rough Seas, heal him up. Because the reliability is a little bit higher than you, even though you have a bigger payoff. That's why I value reliability very highly. So Tapu Koko, just a little bit further. But still, the cards that we talked about, the last 4, very, very close to each other. And who is number 1? Turtonator. Turtonator GX. Oh yeah. Why did he get the number 1 spot? Still very close like the first one. Let's take a look at you. 190 hit points? Those other guys had 180, 170, but you're 190. A bit better than the rest. Take a look. Trap Shell, 20 damage. 2 energies is very cheap. But if your opponent attacks you, your opponent can choose to 100 damage. This is far more efficient than many 2 energy attacks, especially on a basic 100 damage. And this annoying effect can really, like, oh man, I don't want to attack Tornado when he does this. Well, his last attack is 160. Just like Ninetales, has the same discard, but you have burning energy. You could easily negate this cost to be trivial. Not only that, you got Volcanion to boost its damage. You can use Lurantis. So this 160. It's gonna be a 1-shot. Volcanion EX, a 1-hit kill you can spam. Spam consecutively. None of the other GX cards have that. This is why I think he's a bit higher, or even the highest on the list, because his damage output is reliable and it's so good. So, in Nitro Tank GX, what do? Oh yeah, you do discard a lot of energies. You want those back? 5 energy cards, kind of like a mini Solgaleo, back onto your Pokemon. Hey, you can give it to Flareon EX, and it's gonna go to town, 1-shotting everything. So the damage is so high, so consistent, so easy to do. That's why you gotta take the number 1 spots. These guys, they got their GX 1-time deal, and they're going for 2 shots. You can spam it, and your setup is good. So you have both setup and damage. And the payoff is like A in all categories. That's why I think you're at the top. These top 4 guys, they can move around, but that's why I gotta put you up there, man. I gotta put you up there. So, those are the 13 new GX cards. Those are what I think, how I'm ranking it. So, get your Tapu Lele, and these 4 GX cards up here, they're very high on my list. Finally, I know I missed some cards because Guardians Rising is is a combination of 3 different sets. I only talked about 2 of them in the previous video, so to wrap it up, we're just gonna talk a little bit non-GX cards as a bonus extra. We're done with the GXs. So, you already saw the Choice Band and Laurantis, the 20 damage bonus to Grass and Fire. Alright, who are you missing? The Theme Deck Lunala, which works well with the GX Lunala. Okay. Burst Ball, 40 damage for every Psychic Energy. Okay, that makes sense. 3 energies, 120, 2 shots. You need 4. No, you need 5 to at least start and get this 1 shot. 5, 6. Hey, Choice Man. Okay, not 4 to get 1 shots. Not bad. Now can even beat the regular Lunala. All right, GX. And Full Moon Wing. Move all energies back to your bench. This is where you need the Lunala GX to keep moving those energies back. If you're using Full Moon, you're probably using Burst Ball, but if Lunala's going down, use this attack, another Pokemon is ready to go. So it's made to sync with the Lunala GX. So you can get GX easily from the tin. You can get this from a Theme Deck. Moving on, Sudowoodo. This is like a mini. What is that stadium? Oh no, it's called Reverse. No, it's not Reverse Valley. It shrinks your bench, your opponent's bench, to 4. And unlike the stadium is 3, which can be easily removed, this is an ability, and it's hard to permanently shut down this ability with a Garbodor. You can't say you just stick it in a stadium and just solve that stadium, the Parallel City. That's what it is. You can fight Parallel City, which is having your own stadium. You can't fight this. But it's 4 bench space. I'm fine with 4 bench space. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. But if you're using a Rayquaza, get out of here, Rayquaza. He's gone. He is gone. Even Parallel City. So he's like a mini Parallel City that you can't get rid of. You can squeeze him any deck. Is it going to really change the game? Probably not. That's why he's basic. But Rayquaza, get out of here. I think you could go on after this. Moving on. So, these are reprints. Solgaleo, I believe, is the last guy we'll talk. Oh, no, not yet. We got Stadium. Solgaleo. Okay. In a Theme Day. Works well with the current Solgaleo. Shining Arrow, 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Hey, that's Ninetales attack. Nothing's really weak against Steel unless you're Fairy. That's okay. Soul Fang, wow. 170 with a Choice Band 200, so you can get 1-shot kills with this. And you can't use Soul Fang again, but with the current Solgaleo GX, you retreat, switch him in, spam this 200 damage ability. So, pretty good. They are meant to sync with the current GX, and they do that well. Alright, nothing to say about that. Moving on, we have a couple of stadiums, don't we? We have 2 new stadiums. So, if you're the Altar of the Moon, if you have a Psychic or Dark Energy attached to your Pokemon, Psychic or Dark decks, they get free retreat. Yes, they had free retreat back in the day with a certain energy, a certain ability from a Dark Rise, so they're getting it back in the stadium. Free retreat for your Pokemon, worth it. You're gonna use the stadium with those stacks, especially Psychic. Psychic doesn't have a good one. Dark is an okay one, 10 bonus damage, but they'll take free retreat over this. This is great utility. Moving on, Altar of the Sun. Your Fire Pokemons and Metal Pokemons have no weakness. Oh, Fire's gonna love that. They hate water. No weakness. It's always worth it to have this. Because when you go against your bad matchup, you got this. It helps. But I think because the stadium's gonna get removed, yeah. But it could change the game when you get against those. It just depends on the meta. So that's everything I want to talk about. Summing it up, these guys are at the bottom because of their big expensive costs, 4 energies, and stuff. They need a little bit of help. They need a little help. These guys, these 4 right here. I can even say 5 right here. I think that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. You guys, they're my top picks. They're gonna be my top picks. I told you why. So that is my rating for rankings for the next GX cards. I think that's it. Thank you very much, Metagross and Differentials. I will see you next time for another Pokemon video. Thank you. Bye bye.